as we come to the end of one year and the beginning of the other, then of course many of us think about New Year's resolutions. How can I be different next year? And certainly when one is on the inner journey, the spiritual journey, the journey towards my highest or best self, it's also a good time to reflect upon what do I wish to focus upon so I can bring the best me out of me. And I'd like to share this idea because for me personally, it was a game changer that within every person there is a best self. And all I have to do is to focus on emerging and inviting that best self out of me. The spiritual journey is a return journey back to my full, my whole self, back to true inner wellness. And since it is a return journey, therefore it is possible for every person to do. And no matter how many wise words we read or we hear from others, but ultimately the truth is I have to become my own teacher. It's only when I talk to myself and I teach myself, I listen to myself, that I'm really able to take things on board. And so what I might suggest is think of this particular formula, and that is that the result of anything is related to the effort you make divided by the waste that you are also producing. In other words, the input divided by also the waste and the unnecessaries that one may be doing. And so for ourselves individually, let's ask ourselves that what is it that I need to do more of in my day-to-day life? And what is it I need to do less of in my day-to-day life? And it's only each person who can answer that question for themselves. But what may help is to find some time every morning before you start the day, before you engage with life, before you talk to your family members or look at what's happening in the world. Just sit down with a piece of paper and a pen and just ask yourself some quite deep and meaningful questions. And I call these as questions which really take you to the very DNA of your soul. Questions such as, what is really important to me? At the end of the day, what really matters? How would I define success? When this particular life is over, on the basis of what criteria would I say that I have had a successful life? What's my personal definition of success? How can I contribute more? How can I lead a more meaningful life? And I believe that if we reflect on these thoughts in the morning, then the answer does come from deep within our own inner self. I think that each person does have the answers to their own deep questions, but it's simply a matter of listening to the answer coming from our inner self or our inner wisdom. One reason why we sometimes cannot hear the answer is because the mind is too noisy. Too many thoughts, too many desires, too many emotions, that it becomes like trying to listen to a voice in a storm. You know that something is there, but you can't make it out. So try to build in morning time into your daily life, time for the soul. Charge the battery of the soul every morning with some silence time, some meditation, and reflecting upon these deep questions in order to emerge those wonderful answers from inside you. And I believe as those answers emerge and we're able to apply those answers in our day-to-day lives, and life becomes much more meaningful, much more pleasant, and other people also find our company much more pleasant and enjoyable. So best wishes for a wonderful 2021, and may this be your best year yet.